legends, lies, and the lost empire. Welcome to Explore the Past, where history is more than just dates and battles. It's a detective story, and today we're on the case of the Roman Empire. Did gladiators always fight to their last breath? Were all emperors power-mad tyrants? Stick around as we bust the biggest myths that have twisted our view of this ancient superpower. Get ready for a journey through time, where we unravel fact from fiction in the world of Roman wonders. But before we get moving, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. Imagine walking through the streets of ancient Rome. You'd hear more than just Latin. The empire was a kaleidoscope of languages. Latin was the lingua franca, the official language of law and administration. But as you moved east, Greek dominated, cherished as the language of philosophy and science. In fact, many of Rome's elite were bilingual, speaking both Latin and Greek. Picture the bustling markets of Rome, a symphony of languages from across the Mediterranean, African dialects, Celtic tongues, and even the ancient precursor to Arabic. This linguistic diversity wasn't just incidental. It was a cornerstone of Roman society, facilitating trade, cultural exchange, and diplomacy. The Romans, far from being linguistic purists, were pragmatic polyglots. This is a testament to the empire's vastness and its ability to integrate diverse cultures. So, next time you think of Roman communication, remember it was much more than just vini, vidi, vici in Latin. It was a rich tapestry of voices echoing through the streets of one of history's greatest empires. Make sure to subscribe and press the like button to join our community of history enthusiasts. And don't forget to hit the bell icon. Your support keeps history alive on our channel. Imagine an empire so vast it spanned continents, but even Rome couldn't defy time. The fall of the Western Roman Empire was not a swift downfall, but a slow, agonizing fade over centuries. Picture a giant tree slowly wilting, not from a single strike, but from numerous, relentless blows. Political chaos played its part. Emperors rose and fell with alarming frequency, some reigning just mere months, leading to instability and power struggles. Economically, Rome was bleeding. Incessant warfare drained the coffers, inflation soared, and heavy taxation burdened the citizens. Socially, Rome was a mosaic cracking under its own weight, plagued by overdependence on slave labor and a widening gap between the rich and poor. Meanwhile, the borders, once invincible under the might of Roman legions, faced continuous pressure from various tribes: Goths, Vandals, Huns, not always as invaders, but often as refugees fleeing other conflicts. The empire, struggling to assimilate these groups or defend against them, stretched itself too thin. By the time the last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was dethroned in 476 AD, the empire was but a shadow of its former glory. The fall of Rome teaches us a profound lesson in the impermanence of power and the inevitability of change in the annals of history. The Roman Empire, spanning centuries, saw over 70 emperors, and like stars in the night sky, each burned with a different intensity. Yes, the annals of Rome remember the fiery reigns of tyrants like Nero, who allegedly fiddled while Rome burned, or Caligula, with his infamous excesses. But for every despot, there were rulers who shone with wisdom and benevolence. Take Augustus, the empire's first emperor, who ushered in the Pax Romana, a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity. Under his rule, Rome blossomed with cultural and architectural achievements. Then there was Trajan, remembered as Optimus Princeps, or the best ruler, who expanded the empire to its maximum territorial extent and fostered a golden age of development. And let's not forget Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher king who left behind meditations that are still revered today. These emperors knew that to rule an empire didn't just mean wielding absolute power, but also nurturing the welfare of their people. They understood that the strength of the empire lay not just in its legions, but in its laws, culture, and the happiness of its citizens. This complexity of character and governance shows a more nuanced picture of imperial rule, challenging our black and white perception of Roman emperors. The image of gladiators as doomed warriors fighting to a bloody end is a staple of popular culture. But the reality was more complex. Imagine the Colosseum, not just as a theater of death, but as an arena of skill, strategy, and survival. Many gladiators were slaves or prisoners of war, trained extensively in schools known as ludus. Their lives were valuable, and their training was an investment. Not every match was a death sentence. In fact, the majority of gladiatorial contests were fought to first blood or submission, not death. The famed thumbs-down gesture by the audience or the emperor didn't always mean death. It could also lead to mercy, sparing the defeated gladiator. Winning gladiators were celebrities, revered and rewarded with riches, and sometimes even their freedom. They were the superstars of their day, their battles more akin to today's boxing or MMA fights than to an execution. Moreover, some gladiators volunteered for the arena, attracted by the potential for glory and wealth. This myth, then, is a half-truth. While death was a constant risk, the life of a gladiator was much more than a simple fight to the death. It's easy to picture Roman women as confined to the domestic sphere, but this view is far from complete. While Roman society was undoubtedly patriarchal, women, especially in the upper classes, exercised considerable influence. They managed large households, a role that included financial and administrative responsibilities. In the public sphere, wealthy women were patrons of the arts, sponsored public works, and played key roles in religious ceremonies. Their social influence was often significant, with elite women shaping political alliances through marriages and social networks. Some women even engaged in business, owning property, and running enterprises. The legal rights of Roman women evolved over time. During the empire, laws concerning property rights, inheritance, and dowry offered them a degree of financial independence. The epitaphs and monuments dedicated to women throughout Rome testify to their varied roles and contributions. Notable figures like Cornelia, mother of the Gracchi brothers, and Livia, wife of Augustus, show the diverse ways women could wield power and influence. Though far from modern standards of gender equality, Roman women's lives were layered and complex, challenging the simplistic notion of their complete subjugation in a male-dominated society. And that's a wrap on our journey through Roman history. Surprised by these myths? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more history myths debunked. Until next time, keep exploring the past.